Okay, let's get started. I was driving today and I was kind of thinking, like, what is it about men that make us so crazy? And I'm serious. Like, okay, I know you're not supposed to go on the internet and be like, my man, my man, my man, whatever. But my husband, that man, so since being with him, I feel like he has really taught me like how to love and how to be loved, and we have just had this like evolving relationship that just really does get better, with everything that we go through, every small argument that we have, if you can call it that. We more of have conversations. He taught me how to fight. He taught me how to have an argument like that doesn't have to devolve in screaming and yelling and making threats and all this kind of crazy stuff. Like, when I tell you, this man has really brought out a different crazy in me. Like, I would say in my past life, I was crazy, just like controlling crazy, where I was like, oh, I mean, it was a weird situation, but I'd be like, you can't do this, 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 and this. And I would just like, because of hurts against me that I would just, so then it would make me more controlling instead of just like leaving or whatever. But with my husband, he like brings out the crazy in me where if I could, and trust me, I borderline try, if I could, I would legitimately crawl into that man's skin. Like, when we're laying down for bed at night, I feel like I can't be close enough to him. Like, if we're hugging or like we're watching our show together on the couch, I'll just like get close to him, and I'll even tell him, I'll be like, I feel like I just can't get close enough to you right now, and I just want to know what happens. It must be some type of biological thing, right, where you find your mate, you find your person, and then you just build a life together. I'm pretty sure that's just called like real love, true love, whatever. But he legitimately makes me crazy. If I imagine him, because I think that he is the most good looking thing since sliced bread. I think he looks better than every meal I've made, every person I've ever seen. He tops it all. So when he goes to like the store and stuff, and I imagine other people looking at him and like realizing that he is as attractive as I think he is, it makes me feral. If we walk into a store together and anybody glances his way, like, I'm the first one putting my arm around it and being like, don't look at him, like, he's mine. And I just want to know, has anybody else really experienced this? And I mean like really, truly experienced this. Not the crazy where like you're scared, no shade, but where you're scared that he's gonna like leave you or cheat on you or like whatever. I don't have any of that. Like, we're good. Like, we're good on that front. But just like the crazy where like I could lower him into an empty well and keep him there as my prisoner because I just love him so much. Like, I would wear his, and I don't mean like wear his skin like a creepy chainsaw massacre type of way. I mean like I would still want him to live his life and walk around, but just like with me in his skin. I mean, it's honestly crazy. I never thought that I could like feel this way about anyone, and he's hilarious. He's so like goofy, silly, funny, whatever, and he'll just like do something random one day and just be like, why do you like me, blah blah blah, and I'm like, you don't even understand. Like, you might think that I just like you, but boy. And so what is that? What's happened to me? What has been changed in my brain chemistry that's like made me so attached to this man? We're having our fourth baby. I can't stop, won't stop. I don't know what it is. I just feel. And what's crazy too is it's like, okay, so him and I, we have a bit of an age gap. We, by the time we found out what our ages were between each other, it was just like too late, like we were already so in love. That sounds weird. I might not keep that. But anyways, we have a bit of an age gap between us, and so obviously like we have lived different lives, right? And it makes me so angry to think of his past life in a way that's like, how dare you? Like, how did you not just know, how did you not get a vision as a baby and know that I was going to be coming to you one day, and like you didn't just like wait? And so like things like that seriously make me sick to my stomach all the time. My sister showed me this disgusting TikTok once and just like plug your ears, and because it's not, I mean, it is disgusting explicit, but also disgusting as if it's like, if you're not your man's first everything, it's gonna make you throw up. But it's like, how does it feel knowing that he's helped another girl like put it in? Even just saying that right now makes me want to cry. Because how could you cheat on me before you even knew that we were going to be together, before you even knew who I was? Like, how dare you not wait for me? And I don't know what, like, there's just things like that just get me so hype about him all the time. Like when we first started, I would say like closer to when we first started dating, I went over to his apartment, was helping him like rearrange some boxes, whatever, and his old yearbooks were in there. And so I was like, oh yay, like I want to go see your yearbooks, I want to see what you were like in high school. Biggest mistake of my life. Don't freaking do it. Don't go through your husband's yearbooks ever, because seeing some of this stuff that these little ladies, these fine ladies, wrote in there back in the day gets me hot. Literally makes my chest on fire, because how dare you write that in my husband's yearbook? How dare you be so brazen enough? Like, did your mother not teach you shame? And I am literally just recording this today. I'm literally just talking about this today because I want to know your experiences with your husband, partner, whoever, driving you absolutely mad, like making you clinically insane just for the sole fact that you love them so much and you couldn't be with anyone else. I even hold the stance where it's like, if they don't want to be with you, like, or if you're in a relationship that's unhappy, or if they seem like they don't like you, like, why would you stay in that relationship? Like, why would you want to be with someone who doesn't like you? And now being in a relationship like this, like, if I could never imagine my husband and I not being together, for one, but for two, I don't think I could be like that now. I legitimately think that if we were to separate, go our separate ways, whatever, I would be crazy. I would be that crazy stalker ex that he couldn't get rid of, in just such a way where it's like, he like goes on one date and all of a sudden he gets a picture of her later being like, who's this? Like, why are you talking to this? Like, don't you know we're gonna get back together? Or, okay, there's a movie, I can never remember the name of the movie, but there's a movie where there's a girl and she passes away on the day of their wedding, right? It's like an ice sculpture falls on her, and so she doesn't get to go through the wedding day, but she doesn't like move on either, she just stays with her husband, like watching him go through grief and whatever. And as he starts to date again, but then he starts dating this girl who's like, I think she's like spiritual or something, but anyways, the girl can see the ex. It's so weird to call her an ex because, excuse me, she's not technically an ex, but anyways, the girl can see the girl who's passed away, and but she just like is there to haunt him, being like, oh, like I could never, like, oh, he's not gonna move on, like I'm his. I would haunt him. I would legitimately haunt him. At the end of the movie, like, she, after they break up and she sees how like distraught he is, she, works to get them back together, then like moves on, is able to move on, whatever. Could not be me. Not gonna happen, babe. If you're watching this right now, I would never let that happen. I would never let you move on. If I moved on, you can't move on unless you came with me. Unless we went out Notebook style, there's a 0% chance. And I mean that in real life and in the afterlife. So yeah, I don't know what's happened to me. I just love him so much. And this is crazy. And if this video picks up and I feel like some people are going to get it, because if you get it, you get it. But if you don't, I look certifiably insane. I even tell my husband, like, because of the fact that I really couldn't imagine us not being together, that like at the end of our life, when our kids are grown and we've met our grandkids, I don't really know about great grandkids because I don't remember my great grandma or grandpa, so like take that or leave it, whatever, but maybe great grandkids, whatever. But at the end of our life, when like we've done everything and we've seen everything and we've really experienced with our kids, and we're like ready to go, or he's ready to go, I promise you we're gonna go out Notebook style. If he's ready and he goes, I will literally will myself to go. And that's how it has to be, I think. So if there's any doctors out there who can tell me what happened to my brain or tell me what's going on, or tell me your experiences, drop them down below. I totally forgot to say this because I just jumped into a tirade. If you like this channel or like this video, subscribe to the channel. We just talk about real things, giving real opinions, even if they're the unpopular ones. And so come back if you want to see more stuff like this or more stuff like that's in the headlines, and let me know how crazy your partner makes you. Bye.